Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So continue with the food delivery application with Firebase and Flutter and Riverpod. So in this video we are going to be retrieving menu items using their category ID, right? So we are going to be retrieving menu items using their category ID. So if we go to our Firebase console, right? So if you have created your own Firebase console, you can see that we have this category ID here. For example, this category ID, which is 5, and then here we have our categories, which represent every food category, right? So we want to retrieve menu items by their category ID, right? So without wasting much of the time, let's dive into code and let's start making things happen. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to create a stream, right? So let's make sure that we import, let's make sure that this is supposed to be a menu model, right? And then we must make sure that we return the menu collection. And then we use the condition where, so when we want to retrieve our category, right, our menu by category ID, we should make sure that the category ID field, right, is going to be equal to our category ID, right? So you should make sure that is equal to category ID, right? And then after that we should just retrieve the snapshots, right? And then we map through those snapshots. So we are going to create a list that we are going to use to store our items from our collection, our menu items from our collection, right? And then we need to look through each and every collection. We need to map through each and every document, right? And then we are going to add those documents inside our list, this list that we've created, right? So it's going to be menu model from JSON. And then we need to pass in the document.data, right? The document.data as map, and then string, and then dynamic. And then after this, what we just need to do is we just need to return the menus. Like this. Okay. So basically what are we doing here? We have created this stream for retrieving our list of menus, right, from our menu collection, right? And then we use this where condition, right, where we are going to be, it's more of like a query where our category ID, that is our category ID in our field, right? Our category ID, if it's equal to this category ID that we have here, then we are going to retrieve the items that belong to the same, that have the same category ID, right? So now that we have done with this menu repository, let's move on to the menu controller. So let's go inside our menu controller, and then what we are just going to do here is we are just going to use stream. Okay, stream, and then get menu items by category, and then we are just going to return menu repository dot get menu by ID, and then we pass in the category ID. This should be category ID, right? Category ID like this, right? And then we need to make sure that we create stream provider. We say get menu by ID, which is equal to stream provider. Stream provider dot family, right? And then we pass in the reference object, and then we pass in the string, which is going to be of category ID. And then we're just going to say return controller dot category dot get items by category, right? Like this. Okay. So now that we are done with getting items by category ID, right? Now we need to move on to our screen, right? So here we need to create a screen, which is menu by category ID screen dot that. So it's going to be a stateless widget, right? Menu by category ID screen. Okay. So now if we go to our home screen, I'm sure if we go to our home screen, it should be widgets, all menu widgets, right? This item where we're retrieving all our menu widgets, right? So basically what we can do here is okay, we pass in the menu model. Okay, so what we can do is we can just, let's copy this or item here. Let's copy this and then let's paste it here. Then let's get rid of this return, and then let's change this to consumer widget, right? Let's change this to consumer widget, and then let's pass in the widget reference. Right, so let's import Flutter riverpod. Okay, so here we need to change this to get menu. We say get menu by ID provider. Get menu by ID provider. And then what we need here is we need a category ID. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to create a string category ID, and then I'm simply going to pass in this inside our constructor, this dot category ID, like this, right? So let's make sure that we remove this constant here, and then we'll pass in the category ID here, right? And then menu item widget, and then we need to import the error text, and also we need to import the menu details page, right? Okay, so now that we are done, this should display our menu by category, but unfortunately we are still getting an error. So let's make sure that we just import the loader widget, right? Loader widget. Okay, so as you can see now, we now have this get menu by category ID screen, right? So now what I'm just going to do is inside our categories, right? Inside our categories, if we inside our categories, I think it should be inside our category widget. Yes, exactly, inside our category widget. So we want when the user clicks on this category widget, right? So let me try to run it on the emulator. Okay, so now that the emulator is running, what we want to do is we want that when the user clicks on, let's for example French fries, right? We want to display menus that contains only French fries by category ID. Right? What we simply need to do is let's wrap this our category item widget with the gesture detector, right? So let's wrap it with the gesture detector, and we'll make sure that when it's tabbed, then we'll navigate to the, so just hit navigator dot push, and then we need context, and then a material page route. So the builder function will just take in a context, and then want its menu. Our screen is menu by category ID screen, right? So for this category ID, what I'm just going to do is data, pass in the data, the index, and then category ID dot toString, like this. Okay, so now if we just refresh our application, if we just want to reload our application, right, let's see. So it's not displaying anything. Okay, right, I think I know what's going on. So let's go back to our category item by ID. So this preview dot builder, let's wrap it using a scaffold widget, and then let's change this child to body. Okay, like this. So now let's try to refresh, and then let's see. Okay, let's see for soft drinks. It seems as if nothing is appearing. Alright, so let me check what's going on. goes to category ID. Here everything is okay. Get menu by ID, menu controller, get menu ID by ID, okay, which is also correct. String category ID. Okay, so let's try to refresh and see what's going on, what's wrong with this item. Okay, so let's try to debug it. French fries, okay, so what's going on? Menu model, data setting. Make it. So it's saying now check value is on and now operate. Okay, so I think I know what's going on here. So if we go inside our let's go inside our category model, right? So this is supposed to be a caps lock, right? We made a typo there. And then let's run a Flutter pub build runner. So this was a typo because if you check in our Firebase collection, right? So let me just pull up the screen here. We have, this is our collection, our Firebase collection here, category, the caps lock, right? The I is a caps lock, so that's why it's not right. So let's go back to a category widget. Now it's supposed to be category ID. Category ID dot toString, like this. Okay. So now let's refresh. So as you can see, now the French fries are appearing. As you can see, soft drinks are appearing because they are now the same category, right? And then we don't have sushi. And then so if we don't have sushi, so what we're just going to do is let's go to our category, and then what we are just going to do is data dot so we just need to make sure that if the data is not equal to null or data dot is not empty, then we display the scaffold. If by any chance it's empty, we just display a text center, no menu items. Alright, so let's refresh, let's check. So French fries, as you can see, we have them. Soft drinks, sushi, we don't have it, so but it's not displaying. Let's see what it can do. just repeat with the scaffold widget. Repeat the widget, scaffold, and then let's make sure body. Okay, then constant. Okay, so if I just go to reload, you can see now we have no many items, but we also need an up bar. So what we am going to do is I'm just going to copy this up bar right here, copy it, and then I'm just going to paste it right here. Okay, should remove the constant. Okay, so now to reload, now you can see, and then we are back, and then desert the main items. Okay, that's it guys for displaying like categories by displaying menu items by their category ID, right? So in the next video we are just going to work on getting all categories and also all menus, and to also work on pagination. Thanks for watching guys. Cheers.